you've had a lot of success, and last year you got there with the Conference Carolinas, both regular season tournament championship, and with that a berth in the NCAA Division II national tournament. Tell us about building the women's basketball program here en route to getting the conference championship.
Yeah, the end part, we'll go with that first, was amazing. A combination of a lot of really good players coming in the same 2-year period, and then we added in a couple of JUCOs that made it possible with some experience, Kaylee West, and just building and being able to get to that NCAA level was amazing. At the beginning of it, you not necessarily could you see the end result coming, because it was tough sledding there for a while. But we built through our freshman classes, and we had 2 of them go through where we were, we struggled at the beginning, and they got us to where we're 500 or so. That allowed us to recruit better freshmen. Yeah. And now we built around Maria and Tia's. I don't want to just mention them, but that class we built around, and then we've added core pieces around them. So a lot of hard work by a lot of people. Sean Poppy, Melissa DeVore, Fallon Remmer, and now Tasha, my assistants, have been just outstanding in that aspect of recruiting. But it's been a great ride, and just getting to win the conference and the conference tournament at home in front of 2 great crowds in a row. Mount Olive game was unbelievable. And then the Barton game, obviously, winning the conference tournament is what what you're building for. So it was just outstanding end to what you're building, and we look forward to having a shot to do the same things this year. It's a long ways to go because we start brand new. Every team is brand new, so it's starting all over because we won last year means absolutely nothing.
Have you about a couple of names a few minutes ago? Why don't you share with us some of the returnees on the 12-13 Limestone women's team?
We have 5 seniors, which is amazing, and they're 5 of our top 6 kids, which I think seniors at our level are the difference makers. You have other kids within your team, but when your seniors play well, like last year, Lauren and Kaylee, it really makes for a nice season. And Tia Williams is one we'll start with. Has started every game of her career. Does all little things. It's going to be a 1,000-point scorer. Guards the other team's best player. So she does a little bit of everything for us. And I think, I've thought this since she got here, can give more than what she thinks she can give. So I think there's still even more for her to give, even though we ask so much of her. Maria Young, on pace to possibly be the all-time leading scorer in school history. Broke 3-point record. Seems like a long time ago. Is going to have 200, 300 threes on her career. Had an outstanding career. Another one, I think, hasn't reached her potential yet. Ashley Robinson will be a 4-year kid. She's, really had a good career, and I think she's had last 2 years, a lot of injuries, a lot of health issues, and I think she's really on a year where she could break out. Stephanie Hayes will slide over from the wing to the point. So the pace of our game was fast last year. It's going to get really fast now. Watching her play, she can fly. So she's exciting to watch, possibly another 1,000-point scorer. So that group there of those 4 are my 4-year guys. They're just been outstanding, 61 and 20, I think.
Now it kind of sounds like it may be tough right now for a newcomer to maybe come in and break in, but as always, you're only as good as the next one in. Any newcomers that you're kind of looking at this year to maybe fill a role?
Yeah, we think a couple of young kids could help us, and if not help us, first 5, first 6, first 7, develop some depth. Marissa Lester, a freshman from Hillgrove, was 2nd in her conference, 2nd in her region, 2nd in the state, lost to the same team the whole way through in Georgia. So had a great senior year, averaged about 10 or 11 a game at her high school. So we think she's going to come in and give us some. She kind of plays like Tia and Alicia with just reckless abandon all over the floor. So we think she can give us something. And then Nia Hardy, she's a bigger guard, so something we need in our rebound end of it, probably one of our weaknesses. So we think she can come in, but it's such a hard group to get into because there's so much experience. Right. But real excited about them kids. And then a couple of them I haven't mentioned. Alicia Brookins started at the end of last year. She's been improved so much in the last year and a half. I think she'll probably start for us and give us really, really quality minutes, and really has much improved, and we're looking forward to what she can do this year on the court. And then Bridget Ansborough, another one that's part of that class but redshirted. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can help us with inside.
You're going to play 22 conference games this year, which leaves you with 4 non-conference games. Great stretch. I think it's half a dozen games out of the gate that you'll play at the Timken Center before you have to go on the road. Let me ask you this. Scheduling non-conference games. Yes, you only have to schedule 4 this year, but would you like to be able to schedule more, or are you comfortable with having 4, meaning you don't have to do a whole lot of, picking up the phone and saying, hey, we need a game?
We'd like to have more, without a doubt. We loved last year's schedule, 16 conference games, and we were allowed to go outside of our league and kind of test ourselves. This year we have quality opponents, but they're not as many. So you're getting into conference games the second week in November. So you're going right away. Conference is just a different animal than non-conference. So we're going to try to, with our veteran team, we're going to try to be more prepared. But definitely, we loved our schedule last year. It'll probably be something more similar to it again the following year. But this year we're happy with it. We're glad to be home. We actually scheduled a road game just so we could go on a road before our first conference game, just to experience it together. So we could have had no 2012 road games, but we kind of wanted to make sure we went on the road once. So definitely like our schedule last year, a little bit more, but this year's fine.